Okay, hello. Craig Adams here. Welcome to my podcast. It's Friday, November 3rd, 2023. I'm here in New York City, in Brooklyn, New York right now. I'm going to be flying out to New Zealand in about 2 hours. Like leaving for the airport. I'm not flying out in 2 hours. I've got some time. This is going to be a solo update. I'm going to try to talk about everything that's been going on in my life, my mindset, the content I produced, how I feel about it, the formats, the templates, social media in general, where my mind currently is focused on, as well as future plans and goals I want to accomplish, basically past, current, and future. And I've been posting less in general. I haven't been feeling too good about social media, especially algorithm fed social media like TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts maybe. I was consuming too much of that and on Reddit, and I cut that out. I personally had to delete a lot of apps off my phone, and I've considered yet again, I'm noticing patterns that I kind of want to just like move away from Instagram in general, and I don't feel good about it. And interestingly enough, alongside not consuming social media as much, this year has been so quiet. I have never uploaded less in my life, and it is interesting to reflect on. And I think it has to do with art versus product. Am I an artist? Am I a content creator? Am I making a product? What am I? What am I doing? Oh, hello. People need to see. Oh, there's a puppy. There's a puppy at my feet. Hello. Sasha's a little upset right now. She's been going in and out of the bedroom where Mika's working because I've been packing for New Zealand. She does not like it when I pack because that means I'm going to be leaving for a while. But yes, why have I not been posting as much? So in the past, I was more of a nomad and definitely using videos as a way for me to travel around and make money and stay busy. So of course I was just shooting nonstop and producing and having fun doing that. But now for the first time in my life, I really do have like my own home, like with Mika and Sasha. And I have this strong urge to just be here relaxing with them and being present in their lives and just building that relationship and my family. So I don't want to travel as much, and I don't feel the need to do so, to make videos, to make money. I'm more at peace with the fact that I don't always have to be working. And this is definitely an evolution. This is a privilege that I've worked hard to get to. The quality of the content and the money it makes has gone up enough that I don't have to do the quantity as much. And now bringing it back to art versus product. Art is what I used to say I was making. I was definitely leaning more in the camp of I'm an artist. I just make whatever I want. I don't really care the feedback I get. And I think it's a little naive and silly in hindsight. I would argue that most people fall in the bucket of creating product when they shoot videos or photos or do a podcast or any kind of media or expression. It's good to get feedback. It's good to know what works, what doesn't. It's good to be efficient with your time and the amount of money that you spend and time spent on a product that yields money back, or I don't know, all of that junk. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm being smarter with my time and definitely making more of a product. I'm not sharing as much of my personal life because I don't need to. Yeah, this is getting a bit ranty. Let's go to some specifics. So let's go through social media and I guess start with YouTube. Why not? The last Spotify audio podcast that I uploaded, I think was after Scotland. So that was about Switzerland and Scotland and my mindset there. And since then, I did the Pacific Northwest trip, which had the Howe Sound Crest Trail in Vancouver. I made a video for hiking 40 miles on the Timberline Trail in Oregon video, as well as linking up with Henry Golding to do the Half Dome hike in Yosemite. So I uploaded those 3 videos from that trip, and I think they were pretty straightforward. I expected to get a 4th, but I thought that Garibaldi Lake hike wasn't enough to be its own video, so I lumped it in at the end of the Timberline Trail video. Everything was pretty straightforward. I put hiking guides at the end of the videos, and I think maybe I did one art list sponsorship. I can't remember. I was supposed to do a Headspace ad for the Yosemite hike, but that ended up being too much work and not fun for the money, so I didn't do it. That trip was definitely a lot of work, a lot of scheduling and logistics. I think I hired 3 cars and had, 4 or 5 airplane flights. And then also linking up with Henry to hike with someone that I'd never met before was a bit stressful. But I think the videos turned out fine. They're doing okay. I don't think I would have gone on those trips if I was not making a video. And this is a question that people ask me all the time. Like, are you hiking or going to do things and not making videos and just can you enjoy an experience without making a video? And for me at this point, it definitely enables me to go do these things and incentivizes me to do them. I would definitely be traveling with my wife and dog more if it was just me with no camera. But yeah, for sure, I wouldn't be going on all of these trips if there wasn't the incentive of making a video and making money and sharing it with y'all. I think that's fine. I think it makes total sense. And I've talked about how video helps incentivize you to do the things you want. And it's not to say that I don't enjoy them when I'm out there, but it feels like work a little bit. And then the last video that I uploaded 3 days ago, solo overnight hike to the Three Fingers Fire Lookout. I think I switched up the title a little bit. I want it to be shorter. I don't know about that title. It was a hiking trip out to Washington and back. And that was a lot of transportation and expenses just for that one hike to fly all the way back to New York City, which is a little silly and definitely feels like work. I definitely would not have gone out there, did the 5-hour flight, the 2 hours of driving, the 10-mile bike ride, the 10-mile hike up to sleep at a cabin, and then to do the same thing all the way back nonstop. Yeah, it's not that fun. But yes, being in nature is peaceful. It's fun to get like some exercise, to see fall colors, to go do this cool thing. But at this point, I've seen so many cool things. I kind of just want to be like have a nice walk in the park with my dog, go get a coffee at the coffee shop that I enjoy, and like be with my wife with a home cooked meal. My priorities have just shifted a little bit, but that video is doing well. I'm expecting it to be on par with the Half Dome hiking video with Henry or the West Highland Way Scotland video. I think it'll break, 200,000 views within a month or two. One thing that I switched up on this video was putting the hiking guide and behind the scenes, like the full story talking about the experience, the trip, and the shooting as a separate video behind the paywall for my membership. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, you are a member of the channel and able to view it. So thank you. And this is a big thing that I am constantly thinking about when I go for my walks with Sasha. I'm just trying to really figure it out. I've been working on it for probably a year, maybe 2 years. Just like, what do I want to do with behind the scenes guide videos, as well as like podcast content and updates like this video, this podcast episode. Like, where does this belong? Who is the audience? And in what way should I monetize it or not? I'm constantly second guessing whether I want to do all of this additional extra content at all, and to what degree is it meant for the open public YouTube, like the algorithm to recommend to people. Like, what is the value? Who is it valuable to? And is it fun and easy to make, I guess? People who have been with me for a while know that, yeah, I've been doing podcasts for years. I have hundreds of episodes that are gone, hidden, up in audio form somewhere, video form somewhere. I've kind of been consistent in my inconsistency with the podcast. I delete social media platforms a lot, and I've definitely regretted a lot of those moves, but what remains is the desire to tell the story a little differently. Sometimes I feel like I go on these trips and there's just so much more of the story of me producing the video, doing the hike, growing as a person, and just wanting to express that. So much more of that than what's shown in a video like I'm posting, especially the silent videos. I guess there are 3 possible solutions that I've found to solve this for myself. I've tried them all, kind of. The first one being to put it all into the video. So let's say I do hiking Half Dome in Yosemite with Henry. I do the silent hiking video, or whatever I would say the main content, the flagship is. And then I switch to a new format where I'm in front of my camera back home here with a nice microphone, and I'm able to talk through the entire story and use the full breadth of media as context: photo, video, Instagram stories, screenshots, web pages. I can share my screen, whatever works. Showing an AllTrails map or Strava map is really helpful for hiking guides to use that. And then after, I can switch to another format and do kind of an update, talk about just personal, what I call Kraig news, past, present, and future plans. And then even past that, it's possible to do a Q&A where I just collect questions either on Reddit, YouTube, Instagram, wherever, and then answer the best ones at the end of the video. So it's kind of a waterfall, especially if I have like a drone sequence. That's definitely like a teaser, the main footage, the guide, behind the scenes, solo update podcast with Kraig news, and then lastly, Q&A. Kind of working in order of what I perceive the value to be, the content density of what I've produced from a trip. This also helps me to do sponsorship ads. I can do integrated 60, 30 second whatevers throughout, usually between the sections. I think that works well. And I can also do my own commercials, which would be promoting the fact that I have these other social media platforms to convince people to follow or care about them. Or if I'm selling prints, I can make my own integrated ad for that. There's a lot of possible locations for me to do ads in different ways. So basically, I go on a trip, I have an experience, I document it as vividly and uniquely and authentically as possible, and then I just present that in multiple different formats in a waterfall template, but in one single video where people can consume it all in order if they want. Or if someone finds it to be boring at some point or just uninteresting, they can click off to a different video. So if they weren't interested in the hiking guide to begin with, they wouldn't click on that per se. So I don't think it's a problem if it's all the content sections are in one video and people click off. So the watch time would be higher because the video is long and it's almost like 4 or 5 videos in one, but the watch percentage would be lower than individual videos because I'm kind of forcing people who don't really want to watch a solo update podcast to come across that at some point if they continue watching what they originally clicked on. I like the idea. I think it works. I also like having each trip being kind of just like one big grand video where people can just get it all in one nice package. Hope that makes sense. I think it does. I'm also like watching the clock because I've got like an alarm at 3:30 for me to start thinking about calling an Uber to get to the airport because, man, it's almost rush hour on a Friday in New York City to LaGuardia. I don't want to face any traffic, and I'm still packing. The second solution to this problem is what I'm testing right now, especially with the 3 Fingers video, separating out the hiking guide behind the paywall of membership. Makes sense. So, the main video that's public for everyone to watch for free almost serves as an ad for like a preview, a teaser, a trailer for the video behind the paywall. The only thing is I have to do marketing. I have to, one, let people know that this additional paywall video exists. Two, and convince them that it's worth it to pay to check out what the video is, which is kind of what I do. Especially it's my own product. I can make a good ad and be convincing, but it's still, I don't know, it's still tough. What's more valuable, earning a little bit of bucks from people spending the money to be a member, or is it more valuable just to have extra tens or hundreds of thousands of views from something that is free to watch, that YouTube pushes and, sends out and suggests for people to watch? Yeah, a couple downsides with this new format. It sucks to have such low viewer count. I'm talking like 100 to 200 people are watching the videos that I put work into behind this paywall. So instead of views, you're getting a small amount of money monthly from the membership. So these are all videos that I don't have to make. Technically, I feel like I want to talk about this stuff, and it seems like a shame not to make. And I think about this a lot. Like, we're watching Great British Bake Off right now, and it's such a lovely show, but the format is so dialed in. I want more. Like, I would definitely watch a sideshow about that behind the scenes. Like, I want to know if the crew is eating all of the desserts that they make. I just feel like there's so much more story to that show. And it's also interesting that like Apple TV and HBO, I think, have additional podcasts that they promote alongside the show, and almost like as a teaser before you start an episode of Lessons in Chemistry or something. Like, they'll be like, there's a podcast that you can watch in addition to the show. So the money aspect is a big thing that I'm considering with the membership only videos. It hasn't really, I don't feel like it's worth it for the amount of work and effort I'm putting into videos, the amount of people watching, as well as the amount of money coming back to me from those things. I would definitely make a ton more money if I attached all of the extra content to the main footage, like I talked about with the waterfall method, and then just put ads for like Shocks or North Face or Music Bed or Artlist or whatever. So I think that's the way. Lastly, the third way, I haven't been working on testing recently, but before I had like a separate podcast channel. So I could just put behind the scenes or hiking guides on its own channel. I could put the podcast on its own separate channel. I could also put all of the home vlogs that I shoot, like all of the past ones from Denver and moving there and moving back to New York City. It's like going on trips with Mika, like Cyprus. All of those home vlogs could be like a Kraig Adams vlog YouTube channel. It's a lot of work to start a new YouTube channel because you have to let people know that it exists and then convince them to watch and stay. Starting over from scratch wouldn't be as fun. And I would be making a lot of ads for people to go to those new channels to watch that certain type of content from my main channel. So it's like, why not just upload the videos to my main channel if I can? It seems like I'm talking in circles. Like, this is a hard problem that I'm trying to solve, and I'm testing it in so many different ways. So if you're like a video creator, I feel like you have to be a YouTuber to understand this, maybe. I hope it's not just completely over the head of everyone listening here. Because like I said, I don't want to be doing extra work. There's videos and trips and things that I do that are fun. And then there's also things that are more valuable, more worth my time. Like, I get greater exposure of views and people watching. The audience is just easier to convert. The algorithm recommends it to other things, and then it also makes money. So it's like just trying to figure out where those overlap. Like, what trips do I actually like going on, and which ones will do well for videos and sponsors? And just, I don't want to work. I just want to make videos that I enjoy and have them do well. And this constant back and forth, anyone who follows me know, like, I am constantly testing things, but I'm starting to see the patterns of like hot and cold, winter, summer, me wanting to do like these my own product, the prints, the membership, all of these internal things that I'm trying to like advertise versus just like make everything free, get as many eyeballs. Why did I say that weird? Eyeballs on it as possible and just attach sponsors. But then I'll do that, make a ton of money, but then get burnt out because sponsors are terrible sometimes. Like they can be good, but I don't know. I feel like I'm bad with sponsors and I'm really difficult to deal with because I feel like I don't have to do it. So then I go back to like, not going to do any sponsors. I'm going to do affiliate. I'm going to sell my own product. I'm going to do like workshops and hiking guides and consulting. And then I do that and I'm like, this is so much work and I'm not making money. I'm going to go back I could just do one sponsorship to pay for this whole 3 months of work that I did. So it's a bit maddening. It must be maddening to see. People probably don't care though. And also this podcast. Like, what is the value of this podcast? Do people actually care? Like, I've been doing it for a while. It has not been consistent, but why are you listening? Please tell me. Please, if you want me to continue to make these, please help me understand why. And if there's content that is exceptionally valuable and there's things that I talk about here in my rant format that is boring and uninteresting, also let me know. I'm curious. I would love some actual feedback. And I know it's high friction to ask for feedback openly like this. Like you have to send me a message or send me an email. Some people do. And those are the ones that actually read. So I'm curious. Why? Why are you here? So before the Washington Three Fingers Lookout video trip, I actually tried to make a New York City silent walking video. So the idea is I wake up super early with a camera person. We go out to Times Square and we start walking and recording static tripod shots. And we have a list, an idea of like places we want to go, but we just try to get good looking shots as if I'm hiking through New York City. And this was a great idea on paper, but the context was missing. It just wasn't quite there. Like with a hike, there's a reason. Like you understand it's a point A to B. There's a mission. You can follow the journey and kind of understand because it's real. Like you're actually doing the hike. But if you're just wandering around a city aimlessly, it's like, why? I don't understand why you're doing this. Like, and then especially the day, like we tried to find a good weather day to shoot, but the shots did not look like I envisioned. Didn't look as good with the lighting. So if it doesn't look good and there's no context, that's a dud of a video. So we scrapped the idea. And this was a format that I was interested in because, I could go to Tokyo, London, Dubai, wherever, Rio, Kathmandu, and do these videos like walking around. It might be cool to get shots, but I don't know, it's just not quite there. Maybe I have too high of standard. Maybe if I shot it and uploaded it, it would work, but I'm still testing the format. I don't know. Membership Q&A. So at one point, I think like 2 weeks ago, I did advertise that I was going to do a Q&A for members only on YouTube, but then I decided not to, which is really bad. To like say you're going to do something and then not do it destroys the trust that you have with people who are looking forward to that, if any. But I just didn't think there was any demand. I didn't really think it through. I just envisioned starting the live stream and there being like maybe one person or two. And I didn't have any questions. Like I was going to depend on having a conversation with chat. And even if there were one or two people, they might not want to ask any questions. So it's just like, nobody wants this. Why am I doing this? There's some aspect that I like to talk to chat and talk to subscribers, talk to y'all, especially members. But it's still slightly work. And if it's not valuable to me or other people, it's like, why? Why even try? So where is my focus? My focus is on New Zealand. This trip came about because my two friends, Renee and Elena, wanted to do this trip. I think Renee was the first one to book the ticket and to be the leader into making this all happen. But once I committed, I found some hikes. I've got 3 hikes to do, Milford Sound, Raised Dart, and Kepler Trek. I think it's a 2.5 week trip in November, and then I'll come straight back to the US because I don't want to leave Mika alone with Sasha, who is working and, taking care of Sasha by herself I don't want to leave her for too long. And also I think 2.5 weeks is long enough. I'm going to be homesick by then for sure. But I'm really looking forward to seeing New Zealand for the first time, a new place, long flight, but still worth it. I love Lord of the Rings. I love Flight of the Conchords. There's going to be a lot of hiking. So I'm happy that I'm busy with the hikes. The first one by myself, the second one with the 2 girls, and then the third one should be by myself again. I'm planning 3 to 4 videos. So those 3 hikes should each be their own video. Probably, right? Yeah, they should be. And then if I just do like a general vlog about the whole experience, especially hanging out with the girls and visiting New Zealand for the first time and just exploring, eating, drinking, driving around, sights and sounds, that should be its own video. I think that'll be like how to spend 2 weeks in New Zealand. So I think I'm more excited. I think this will be more fun than usual, like definitely more than the Washington trip. I think it'll be good to get 4 videos out of this trip, to have some content to post through December and possibly January. And I think the format is good. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do like guides attached to the video in waterfall format. I'm still trying to drum up some sponsorship for these videos, but if I don't have sponsorship, I'm still going to post them anyway. I'm just going to go heavier on Kraig ads. Like, hey, I have a TikTok, go follow me there. Or, hey, I've got these new prints in my print shop. Check them out and support. I can do those on my own. And then also like affiliate links, like just pushing people to my link tree with the gear or talking about a specific piece of gear, like the Noka smoothies that I'm bringing or my Be-Free water bottle. Like I can kind of make a little commercial for it and then convert viewers to click on links to buy it in Amazon, and then I earn a commission. So that's like a little ad of sorts that I can just do on my own. But yeah, this is all out of pocket. I'm going to try to be efficient with my time and expenses and shoot these 4 videos and have the best time for camera and also the best fun that I can have, enjoyable experience, before the cheapest amount of money. So I'm going to probably be living like a dirt bag for most of like a hiker dirt trash boy for most of New Zealand. So we'll see. Might be a little cold. I think I'm going to be in huts for most of the time. So I'm not even going to be bringing my tent. Maybe I should bring my tent. I don't know. And then I'll fly home, edit those videos. And then also going into December, my plan is to make my annual 3 hours ambient silent hiking footage video. And I want to add a new custom score to that. So the music licensing and ad stuff doesn't bother like it did last year, as well as my favorite hiking gear video that I do every year. Also going to do much better than last year. Last year I messed up so many things. I put a big Dick's Sporting Ads ad at the beginning of that favorite hiking gear video, and it completely tanked the whole video. Instead of like the usual 1 million views that I get on these videos, it's like not even a 200,000 just because of that ad. So I definitely sacrificed viewership for making money. I think that ad was like $16,000. So still like worth it. Like it wasn't a huge mistake, but I'm definitely not going to be doing a big ad at the beginning of this next favorite hiking gear video. And I'm also becoming an ambassador with All Trails. So I'm probably going to be talking about All Trails and making a video specifically for that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it deserves it, but yeah, I should have like an affiliate link for the first time ever. So, and home vlogs, I'm still recording a little bit, not as much as I did with the iPhone only phase. And I still love the idea of making home videos about Mika and Sasha and I, and just the things that we do with our family and friends. Every time I watch PewDiePie with his Japan vlogs makes me want to make videos like that. But my current idea is to make an annual one. So in December, I pull all of the footage from the entire year that's like shot horizontal in a vlog context and kind of try to make a single video out of that. Probably just with no narration, just like kind of raw footage and try to tell the story of the year. I'm not sure though. It's pretty ambitious to make a big video like that, but I think that's ideal because I would like to have videos to like show my kids or have my mom and dad like be able to watch those videos and have a good video about like my life. That's my core audience, like my future children or my family. So we shall see. I hope this was valuable, and I appreciate y'all caring and listening and following the journey. So thanks. Take care.